What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode out here getting some off-season training in. Guys, it is getting warmer. Spring is coming. Oh, amazing vibes. Love it. Today I want to do a follow-up episode to my George Gankas Online Academy video that I first dropped back in November. If you haven't seen that yet, go watch that first. And if you have seen it, well, you know I've been pumping this program pretty hard. And the reason is guys, this is the best money I have spent in golf throughout this entire journey. And let me tell you why. So the first thing is I trust the information. Now, my number one rule for following anything, and I followed this rule in my music career when I was coming up, and I was able to become a platinum selling audio engineer without any formal training by following this simple principle. And that is, I do not take advice from anybody whose results I do not want to emulate. And so what I love about George's program, and I said this in the initial video, the guy is a PGA Tour caliber coach, and I know that the information I'm getting, I trust, which gives me confidence to know that I need to stick with it and continue to work through it because I know he knows what he's talking about. So if it's not clicking right away, well, then that's on me. And that's great to know going into anything because accountability is so key, and you need to be confident that the information you're getting is coming from a good source and that you're going to be accountable to execute that information and implement it the right way. And the reason why I stress accountability here is because this program is a lot. There is a ton of videos. They give you a little bit of an impression on the intro page, but it is so in-depth. And unfortunately, I can't show you a ton because I don't know what I'm allowed to show and what I'm not allowed to show in terms of what's behind the paywall. And I don't want to infringe on anything, but it's in-depth and there is a ton of videos. So you need to be, if you're not the type of person that likes self-learning or likes to be self-motivated, this would be a tough program for you. But if you're that kind of person that loves being able to kind of drive your own pace, learn as you go, and you don't have an issue kind of implementing on your own, then this is absolutely perfect. So if you want to learn from a high caliber coach and you're self-motivated, then this is 100% the program for you. Now, I saw initial results pretty much immediately with it. So my first video when I dropped it was November 30th. I had already been doing the program for about 4 days at that point. And the difference you will see almost immediately is actually pretty astounding. If you look at my old swing here, it's like I'm hunched over, my knees are bent, like it's just ugly, okay? And if you go see any of my Journey to Under Par videos, like I was getting away with that swing, but that swing was never gonna be sustainable, okay? Within 4 days, I was swinging it like this on the range with a 7-iron. Like that is a drastic improvement. And it has just been consistent improvements since then. Now, the reason why I saw improvements so quickly and so easily is because right off the bat, George implements a lot of things into your actual setup of your swing that you probably are doing wrong that you don't even realize. And for me, there was about 5 things that were just absolutely wrong. The way my knees were bent, the way I was hunched over, my grip, certain things. So he gets your foundation set up right away for success. And that was one of the key things for me that like completely just turned the lights on, because I didn't realize how many things I was doing at the beginning before I'd even taken the club back in my backswing. I was already screwed for speed, for stability, for aim, for consistent ball flight, all those things. So just the setup part alone, in my opinion, is worth its weight in gold. I reap the benefits daily of just the things I fixed in my setup. And I'm not going to disclose exactly what the setup things are, just because, like, obviously this is all proprietary information that George and his crew have developed, and I don't want to infringe on any of that. I'm just going to show you how it's helped me. Now, once you get your setup dialed, he has sections basically on every part of the swing. So there's the setup, then there's the backswing, then there's the downswing, and it goes into chipping, the mental game, all that. I'm not even there yet, okay? I'm still on the downswing. And because there's so many videos, where I found the best way to approach the program is to kind of do it in sections and then apply it. So I'll watch a couple videos, apply it, take it to the range, test it out, battle test it, bring it out here. Okay, it's working, cool. Once I've got that feel down, then I move on to the next part, because there is so much information. There's so much videos. Now, he's done a really great job of explaining some very technical terms and showing you actually a lot of the natural mechanics of the golf swing. And he breaks it down to a very understandable level. Like, my understanding of the golf swing has drastically improved from doing this program. But it's definitely a lot of information. So how I like to go about it is I'll kind of, be hot on it for a week, and then I take, a week or 2 or even 3 weeks to implement it all, to see it pop into my game, become consistent, and then I go at it. So right now, what I'm working on personally is the downswing portion, specifically using ground forces. I'm very bad at getting my legs involved into the swing. I have a lot of arm speed. I'm very good with my hands, but getting my legs involved is tough. So that's what I'm really grinding on right now and trying to work. But again, you can do it at your own pace. That's the best part. You can go back. That's what is so key about it, is that you can really just work on it at your own pace. And as soon as you start checking the boxes off, like, they don't let you jump forward until you've kind of achieved each section. And I think at first you're like, why can't I just jump forward? But after going through the whole program, you start to understand that it's good that they've kind of gated the information to where you have to almost earn it, but just because there's so much and you want to do it properly. Now, I know that sounds a bit overwhelming, but the other reason why I firmly believe and push this program so hard, and guys, I'm not sponsored. I have no affiliation with this whatsoever. I just think this is such an incredible resource. I can't see how you cannot benefit from it. The big reason why I push it is because the program truly is designed for anyone and any swing. The way George teaches it and the way he goes about sharing the information, it's all about getting your matchups right. So if you take the ball away on the inside or on the outside or over the top, whatever it is, he tells you which ways are going to blatantly hurt you. But then if there's certain tendencies that you have that are kind of innate to your natural mechanics, where he tells you what you need to do to make that matchup work on the downswing or on the backswing or wherever it is, he shows you how to level it out so you can execute that move. Now, where this relates to me is if you guys see my swing, I take it back pretty inside. I've tried taking it back kind of properly and it just doesn't work. It throws off my timing. I need to take it back inside to make it work. But because of my training with this program now, I know how to make that matchup work and I know how to make that make sense. So I can take it back inside, but I can still square it up at impact and hit it great. And through getting my matchups right, understanding my natural mechanics now through this program, you guys will also notice my backswing is much longer than it was on my Journey to Under Par series. I had a really short backswing and I thought that was just how I swung. But now, knowing what I know about my setup, I was just restricted. I didn't have the ability to go any further back while still maintaining any controller stability. So now I can go way back. And that's why you're seeing a lot of my speed increases as well, is because I can take the club far back and generate a lot more speed and a lot more whip that I can use for power and distance that I just couldn't do before. So I'm not even done the program and I am seeing massive benefits. If you guys have been following the journey, you've seen the caliber of my swing is drastically improved. Like, I was not hitting the ball this well before I got here and before I did this. Like, I was an okay ball striker, but the confidence I have now is night and day. Like, it's not even close. And it all stems from this program. It stems from having a swing now that I can count on, that I know what to do with. So I mentioned this in my slump video earlier in the week. When I go through funky periods with my game, what I find is the most impactful about this program now is that I have a fundamental understanding of my swing, how my body works, what my matchup should be. And if I start to feel things go a little sideways, well, I have an entire resource now that I can use to course correct. That's just so powerful, because how much time are you spending chasing parts of your game? You don't even know if you're making improvements. Like, I think this has cut down so much time on my learning curve, and I think has like exponentially made me better as a result, because I'm not spinning my tires. If something's not working, I just go back and look at the program, look at the things I'm doing wrong, analyze my stuff in the mirror, bring it to the range, and all of a sudden I can make changes really quickly. And like the issues I was mentioning in my video on Monday about going through a slump, like within 72 hours, guys, I'm back at it and I'm hitting the ball fine right now. So there's just that to me, putting the accountability back in your own hands, taking control of your game and having the ability to course correct, like that is just so impactful and so powerful. And again, just another reason why I think this is so worth the money. And the other thing I forgot to mention is that he has 2 guys that are in there as moderators that answer any of your questions. So there's a whole system there to help you out, which is another great thing, because as you're kind of sorting through, you can post progress pictures and things like that and get feedback from his guys, which is really cool. Guys, this is the best money I've ever spent on golf. I have never improved this drastically from anything else. And I think you can benefit the same. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions about the program that I haven't covered in this video. Happy to answer them. Happy to recommend it. Again, I have no affiliation with this other than I just want us all to get better at golf. And I think this is one of the best resources to do it. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you on the next one.